Oh, there. My name is Jaiye Bynoe. One of the Jayman Shows is on WBCA 102.9 FM, Boston's local community radio station. My guest today is Carey Means, a wonderful actor. Hi, Carey. Good to see you on the show today. How
Hey,
are you, my
what's
brother?
up? How you doing, Jaiye?
Oh, we are doing. Oh, I am wonderful. I'm fantastic. Trying to stay healthy doing this COVID stuff, So yeah, so
Sweet.
yeah, I'm so glad. Yes, so glad we got to meet you again. Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the entertainment field as an actor?
As an actor, I got started as on a dare when I was in college.
Okay.
Somebody came to my dorm room and said they need somebody to play a certain specific type of character to show. This character wasn't very masculine, so a lot of guys my age weren't trying to portray an
Mhm.
effeminate character on the stage. But I was like, I'm confident with my manhood.
Mhm.
I know who I am, so I went to audition for the part, and the director of the show sort of, I guess, fell in love with the way I read and my voice and all like that.
Mhm.
And people always tell me I had a great voice. You know what I'm saying? This guy tried to recruit me for the Connecticut School of Broadcasting when I was in high school.
Oh.
And, I didn't do it, but I ended up getting a full scholarship to Howard University for their broadcasting school of journalism. My mother didn't want me to go that far, so I
Wow.
ended up staying in Missouri. I
Okay.
ended up staying in Missouri and went to Lincoln University,
Mhm.
Jefferson City, Missouri. If people are really curious about all of that, they can go on my IMDb page, type in Carey Means, and all that lovely stuff will pop up. But
Mhm.
like I said, I digress. I went to audition for this play and got the lead role of the antagonist, the villain
Wow.
in the play. So ever since then, I started doing shows and in college and everything like that. The difference between theater and doing a taping or a
Mhm.
movie or TV show is theater's live. There's no director to yell cut,
Mhm.
go back to one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You mess up, you mess up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've seen or maybe been a part of a few plays in your
Oh
day,
yeah.
but
Mhm.
there's no stopping.
Mhm.
Like if you or your co-star skips 2 pages, you got to try to pull that him or her back
Yes.
so y'all can get in the right spot. That's happened before to me, on stage. People jump lines and you try to get them back to the right spot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Mhm.
But it's the instant gratification that I loved about theater, with the audience right there reacting,
Mhm.
laughing or crying along with you
Mhm.
in a particular scene, feeling that particular emotion.
Yeah.
So that really got me started in acting. I always tell people who ask me,
Mhm.
how do I get in the business? What do I do? How do I start? Start with improvisation.
Mhm.
Take an improv class, take some community theater. If you're not in school, uh, take a vocal voice class from a vocal teacher. Teach
Mhm.
you how to breathe from your diaphragm, because a lot of stuff that you get,
Mhm.
90% of the stuff that you get, you're not going to see the script first.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna email you or MP3 you the script. Back when I started, it wasn't no email or MP3. It was
Mhm.
fax machine.
Yeah.
Fax machine. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I moved to Atlanta from St. Louis, my hometown, in 1993,
Mhm.
I started doing theater here again. I was going to continue my education because I started off as a commercial art major in college, and I was going to get my degree, my master's in graphic illustration, graphic design.
Mhm.
So, according to my professor, he was like, I want you to call Georgia Tech when you get to Atlanta and
Oh.
tell them that you're interested in their graphic illustration program, graphic design
Mhm.
program. So I called Georgia Tech, like he said,
Mhm.
and they said, we don't have that department up yet. So I was like, well, I guess I go back to the stage.
Mhm.
And since then, I performed at the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra Chorus, the Atlanta Opera Chorus, in the bass section each time, of course.
Mhm.
And done a lot of musical theater in general, bopping around here in Atlanta. That was
Mhm.
the early to mid 90s.
Yeah.
And I finally got the courage up to get a voiceover demo made.
Oh
It
wow.
was a digital audio tape at the time. That's what they were using. Then you press those into CDs.
Mhm.
Then you mail them out, snail mail.
Yeah.
Now you do everything on MP3
Yeah.
and over the computer. But back then in the 90s, it was that was the way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But my demo was pretty good, and this girl kept coming late to the shows,
Oh,
to
really?
like rehearsal for the plays this play I was in. And she kept saying, I just came from an audition for so and so. I just came from a gig doing such and such. I was like, I just looked over at her one day and said, "Who's your agent?" You know what I'm saying? Getting all these gigs and auditions. So she told me. So I sent that particular agency, Rona Burns, the Burns agency. I sent her my CD, my VO demo. And 2 weeks gone by and I hadn't heard nothing back. So I'm on the phone calling her. She's like, I was just about to call you, Carey Means. Well, she come to my office for an audition. I was like, okay. Come to find out, she was the first agent I had here in Atlanta, official agent. All the other ones were like fly by night, you know, pay us thousands of amounts of dollars and we'll show you how to act, which is mostly BS. So, a word of advice out there, kiddies, if you're trying to get into this business, try not to pay anybody up front.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're just really not going to teach you anything you can't learn on your own. Just do the community theater thing. Do your research on YouTube, how-to videos, take a webinar here or there. Steve Bloom has a nice webinar he puts on, et cetera, et cetera. Just try your best not to pay anybody up front.
Yeah.
Just teach, quote unquote, you how to do this VO thing, because 9 times out of 10 is BS.
Oh, yeah.
Get you for your money and they won't teach you hardly anything.
I'm
not going to say no names. Y'all know who y'all are out there.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was I saying? What was the question? Was there a question? Oh, how did I get started? Well,
yeah.
Like I said, I got with this first agent, Rona Burns. She's still semi-retired, but she's still sort of my agent. I'm also with the People's Store here in Atlanta. I'm in SAG-AFTRA now, so I don't do the small independent stuff anymore. But if you know SAG rules, you can hire me. Basically. But anyway, so Rona had an in with Cartoon Network apparently, because I started doing what is known as bumps for Cartoon Network down there on William Street. Coming up next, Pokemon. Coming up next, Samurai Jack. I was the original announcer for the first run of Samurai Jack animated series. So I was on the next Samurai Jack. Jack gets into this, that's that, and the other, and I was the announcer for telling you what the next episode was going to be like. So apparently, this guy named Larry Morris, who was a production assistant at the time, he's probably a CEO over there now, heard me doing these promos for Samurai Jack, and he ran to Matt Malero and Dave Willis, the co-creators of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and said, "You got to hear this Carey Means guy. He'd be perfect for the show y'all doing about these food products." So, which leads me back to the fax machine again. I'm in the break room, my day job, with the faxed copy of the Rabbit script, the very first episode. I don't know how many episodes you've seen of Aqua Teen, or if you've seen it at all. Have you seen it?
I don't think so, no.
You haven't seen my show? Doing an interview with me? You done any research?
I think I saw you Michael Jackson. I show you the Michael Jackson one. That I saw.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, didn't you say you did something with Michael Jackson? I think. Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
Never met him.
Okay. Oh.
Never met him. That wasn't me. You got me confused with somebody else.
Okay. Well.
No.
I think.
You had a lot of guest stars on the show.
Yeah.
I don't believe Michael Jackson was one of them.
Okay, but because I know I heard your voice on some cartoons, so yeah, so then so yeah,
you might have heard it on another show.
Yeah,
I mean, I did. I don't know if you can see behind me this robot character back
here. Oh yeah,
that's Thundercleese from the Brack Show.
Oh,
I did him, and I've also done a character by the name of Jonah Bishop, who's on the end of the banner right here.
Okay,
in a show called Welcome to the Wayne.
Oh yeah, okay.
Welcome to the Wayne was on Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah,
it's still airing somewhere in the world, just not here.
Well,
we started recording for Welcome to the Wayne after Aqua Teen Hunger Force got canceled in 2016. So anyway, I'm reading from the script from the very first episode of Aqua Teen, and all I had to go on was a description of the character. Basically, the description of the character's personality. I believe I knew he was a box of fries, but I didn't know anything beyond that. I hadn't seen any pictures or illustrations of him or anything like that. So my agent was like, he's a straight man. He's the one who wants to solve the mystery. He wants to be the detective. The other two are just idiots.
Mm-hmm.
So your mission, should you choose to accept it,
Mm-hmm.
is to look up Aqua Teen Hunger Force and start watching it. Especially before you start talking to somebody who's in the show.
Yeah.
Not to dog you out or nothing, but
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wonder if he's seen my show. I was thinking about that last night and this morning before we hooked up here. I was like, I'm going to ask him if he's seen the show, because you're not the first person to interview me who probably hasn't seen the show. But usually people who ask me to do these types of things are huge fans and they've seen like every episode and stuff like that. And so let me ask you a question, man. How long you been doing these podcasts?
Oh, I started on podcast back in 2020 of June. I did an internship at Boston Neighborhood Network being in studios, and I loved it. So I started doing camera behind the scenes, doing camera work, work on the audio podcast audio, microphone setup. It was wonderful. So I said, wow, if I can do this, I can be an actor. So I continued. I did my internship. I graduated. I was like, wow. So then I started my own podcast, and I've had a chance to interview stars like yourself. I interviewed Ashanti Moore, Nevia, Chandra Avery, and yeah. So it's been a blessing. I even interviewed Matthew Knowles, Beyonce's father. It was wonderful. Yeah. So it's just been a blessing to continue and blossom my show, and hope I can maybe become an actor or a singer, because I also went to college. I was at community college, got my social degree in liberal arts, and I'm just going to get my bachelor's degree at Southern New Hampshire University. So I'm trying to, in media. So I'm trying to, branch out, and just have some kind of career in this business. So, because I love it. So I'm passionate about it. So hopefully it'll take me far. So, and like I said, I'm also a singer. I love to entertain people and just have a voice, help people out, so that's why I started.
That's pretty cool, dude. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Liberal arts.
Liberal arts,
covers a lot of territory, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, And
I was a commercial art major.
Oh,
and
really?
I had to know something about everything. I look at some of the other majors, you look on the board, you see what a psych major has to go through.
Yeah.
See what a sociology major that has to do, and a criminal justice major and all that. And I was like, psych major was like this. My major's like that. And you got to carry that big ass art history book around with you.
Yeah. I know.
I try to watch my language.
Well, that's fine, But
well, it's going to be on the radio.
Yeah.
I don't want to get beyond PG-13 with the language,
Yeah.
Like my cup?
Oh, yeah, awesome, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's an awesome cup.
Fry o'clock somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody sent me this mug.
Oh, really?
The other side of it is from a well-known establishment. I'm going to cover the first letter. It rhymes with Lenny's or Jenny's or Benny's.
Okay.
Don't say it.
Okay, sorry.
You don't want to get sued? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know what means this person went through to get this cup.
As
far as I know, he didn't work at the establishment. So maybe he smuggled it out the door one day.
Yeah.
Maybe he in cozy with the waitress. From a waitress.
Yeah, that's my suspicion, Bob.
But speaking of things in restaurants, have you seen these little figures that they got at Hardee's and Carl's Jr.?
I heard.
They're Adult Swim figurines. They look like this. This is the Frylock one.
Oh, I've heard about something like that. Yeah.
Based on my character. And what I do is I sign them. So I put my little spin on them. When someone sends me one of these and asks me to sign it, I charge them $25 and I send it back.
Oh, wow. Cool.
It comes back to them looking like this. I was at a con about a month ago or a few weeks ago, and this kid with his dad comes up to my table and he gives me this as a gift.
Okay.
So I just sat at the table and drew on it and put my signature on it in case somebody wanted to get one. But if anybody out there wants me to sign one of these Frylock figures and they have one to send me, I'll sign it for you for $25 and send it back.
Oh, that's
shameless self-promotional plug there.
Oh, that's a blessing, because I think that's wonderful that you do that, because most stars.
Oh man, I do commission pieces for people. They start at $180.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah, they start at $180. That's just with the three main characters: Master Shake, Frylock, and Meatwad, and maybe Carl, the neighbor, will be in there. I wish you knew what I was talking about if you hadn't seen the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, they start at 180. The price goes up from there. Depends on how intricate and detailed you want your piece to be. Like some people want it. If you go on my sales page on Facebook, Carey Means dash the voice of Frylock, you will see all my merchandise that I have for sale, the prints and stuff like that.
Okay.
Some of the prints are made from the commission pieces that I've done. So,
wow.
Like this one guy wanted a Dragon Ball Z theme piece. This other guy wanted Mortal Kombat theme one. You know, I try to accommodate. Very rarely I'll tell you I can't do something. I'll figure out how to do it. Absolutely. And being a commercial art major in college helps a lot.
I definitely agree.
I can draw, so you know.
Yeah,
so
college.
Fun.
Yeah, college does teach you what you want to do in life. You know, it makes you see what you want to do. You know, so I definitely applied to go to college and say, well, you know, I can definitely, you know, give you options. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, man. So we started recording. Let me back up to my audition.
Okay, cool.
So I read the script for Rabbi.
But
I was on a break room phone at my day job.
Okay.
Which was a market research firm. I was the guy who used to call your house in the 90s and go, what do you think of your cable provider? What do you think in 10 years everyone will have a cell phone? Somewhat likely, very likely, not at all likely. We had a cable survey that would take more than an hour to do over the phone. Can you imagine sitting on the phone with somebody answering questions? That's all it was. It was a market research firm. So all we did was call and ask questions. We didn't solicit or sell anything.
Okay.
That's what I loved about it. And we got paid by the hour. So if you hung up on me all day, I still got paid the same amount of money. You know what I'm saying? And like some of those other jobs where you got to work through commission. If you don't sell these appointments, you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
I work jobs like that too. But anyway, so I read the part for Frylock and I was like, man, what is this? Thinking to myself, what is this crap? This box of French fries, I'm not gonna get this gig. So come to find out, it came down to me and one other guy who was, I guess he had a deep voice too or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was too boring, too droll, too dull.
Oh, really?
They didn't like his read. So I ended up getting the gig. And we started recording for that show 2000, 2001. And it went on for a decade and a half. We did the movie in 2007.
Wow.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. The movie / film for theaters. In case you did not know this, there's a new movie coming out.
Okay.
We got a new movie coming out. We got new shorts coming out called Aqua Donk.
Okay.
And there's 6-minute shorts like the old Warner Brothers cartoons used to be. So I'm going from 12 to 6 minutes, but it's not just going to be the main character. It's going to be some of the side villains and side characters going to have their own little episodes. Like there's one Dave Willis, the co-creator of the show, showed me where the frat aliens go to the liquor store and try to cop some booze. So, yeah. So different characters will have little different episodes of their own. And plus the Aqua Teens will have, I think we recorded about four or five of them. So those will be coming out sometime this year. The movie will be coming out sometime this year. People ask me all the time, when's the movie coming out? I don't know. I'm not marketing. You know, I'm just a voice for hire.
Yeah.
It's like you would hire a gunfighter. I'm a voice actor. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gun for hire, basically. And the price is right, I'll do your thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, but yeah, we went on from 2000, 2001 to 2016.
Okay.
And then we officially got canceled. I remember I was doing a show, we were doing a con once, and it was like most of the cast was there and the guys who created the show were there, all sitting on this one panel. And this kid stood up and said, how did you feel when you got canceled? This was back when the show was still airing. I had no idea that there was any type of cancellation. So apparently we were unofficially canceled at one point. And I looked down at the creators. I was like, we was canceled? When? Who was this? So, you know, I was always the last to know things.
Yeah.
Probably was the last to know we got canceled officially in 2016. I mean, I cried, man. I was like, man, Frylock been paying my rent for all these years. And now what I'm going to do? Now I got to get a real job. But I always had to get a regular job.
Yeah.
Even when I was doing the show, I always had to have a regular job because, first of all, Georgia's a right to work state. I don't know if you know what that means. In other words, let me give you an example of what a right to work state is. Say I'm a roofer. I fix roofs.
Yeah.
You hire me to fix your roof. You have the option to take 90 days to pay me for the job that I did. That's what a right to work state means.
Okay.
So there have been times where Adult Swim has taken up to 90 days to pay me.
Oh, wow.
For an episode of Aquatine. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's happened. Even once I joined SAGs here recently.
I see.
Some of those checks don't come right away. Some of them take 2 weeks or longer.
I
So, you know, I had to get a regular job. You name it, I was pretty much doing it. Running around the streets of Atlanta, working as dishwasher in these dish pits.
Yeah.
Which is a horrible job, by the way. You don't ever want to work as a dishwasher in a restaurant.
I mean,
that's somewhere to start.
Yeah.
If you want to move up, but I never wanted to move up because I hated working in restaurants.
I hear you.
And I definitely hated working in the dish pit. But it paid the bills.
I guess
you know what I'm saying? I got the hours. If I can get the hours I need and an hourly wage that's decent, I worked there, man. I was a meat and seafood clerk at a Kroger.
Oh, wow.
For about 3 years, I was a produce clerk at Publix.
Oh, wow.
Almost 3 years. Yeah, I quit those jobs and started washing dishes because neither establishment wanted to make me full time. They didn't want to hire me full time. So I was like, well, I guess I can make more money washing dishes. And so I started washing dishes around the city.
I see.
My wife won't let me do that type of work anymore. And I'm not mad about it either. She has a job now.
Okay.
When we first got together, she didn't have no job. So it was just me and her. And that's where I had to do all the other little jobs like dishwashing and stuff of that nature. But now she works from home.
Okay.
She works from home. So if your computer crashes and you call an 800 number, you might talk to her. Okay. So she's basically IT for this huge company. So she's doing that and she loves it. She's been there about 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Going on 5 years. Yeah. So when the pandemic hit, it didn't affect her at all.
Oh, did it?
She works from home anyway. You know, it affected me because all these cons started getting canceled.
Yeah.
You know, these conventions and stuff like that. Recently, it just kind of started picking back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to do one in California in February 12th called Jayman.
Oh, wow.
I think that's in Victorville, California, wherever Victorville is. But they pushed that back to June 4th.
Okay.
So I'll be doing Jayman June 4th, 2022.
Sounds wonderful.
I got one in February. It's the following weekend. I think the 17th called Con Nuga. It's going to be in Chattanooga.
Okay.
I'm doing that one with Dana Snyder, Master Shake's voice.
Yeah.
My traveling companion, Mr. Eddie Price.
All right.
Who is known as that 3D guy. I had to give him a shout out because he drives and I DJ.
Okay.
When we go to these shows. He's a hell of an artist, though. Look him up. If you look him up on Instagram, it'll be the Comic Jedi. If you look him up on Facebook, it'll be that 3D guy, Eddie Price, that 3D guy. Okay. He's a great 3D artist. Does a heck of a job. Even when he puts the artwork in the envelope to send you, the envelope has artwork on it. So some people have framed their envelopes from him. So yeah, he's a good friend of mine, and we travel together, and we do shows together, and we have fun together. Sometimes he makes money, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes I make money, sometimes not so much. It's a catch as catch can type thing. You know, you've been to cons, you know the deal.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Is it any way you might? Is it any way you might come out? You might come out to Boston for a con? Or?
Is that where you live?
Yeah, I'm in Boston right now. Yeah, Roxbury.
Y'all on Pacific time?
No, Eastern time.
Oh,
yeah.
For some reason, I thought you thought I was on Pacific time or something.
I thought you. I thought you.
Thought I was in L.A.
Yeah, LA. Yeah.
Oh no, that's the Cup. That's Master Shake.
Okay.
Dana Snyder. Dana Snyder lives in L.A. That's Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah.
He been living in L.A. Quite a while now. He always phone patches his part in, like Master Shake lines. Me, I usually do mine here in Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's where the Cartoon Network Adult Swim headquarters is. But we usually go to a different studio. We use different studios around the city to record it. Sometimes I can record from here, from my house.
Oh,
like this booth right here is my bedroom closet.
That's wonderful.
So
Yeah.
this is the Fry Lab, the recording booth where I do the auditions and stuff like that.
Well, that's good because this is why I record to my bedroom too. So yep. So for now,
yeah, some people have it set up in their bathrooms, which I don't understand. Wouldn't there be a massive reverb echo?
Oh yeah.
Acoustically, that'd be bad.
Yeah.
Recording a bathroom, so I'm like,
yeah.
But no, just imagine somebody got to come in and use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like you're in there recording something, you know?
I can imagine.
Wait, baby, I'm almost done. But yeah.
Yeah.
You got any other questions for me, sir?
Oh yeah, I got a few. Yeah. Okay. So what inspires you to do what you do? What gives you inspiration and creativity? Where does that come from?
What inspires me to do what I do?
Yes.
That's a good question.
Well, yeah.
I love doing it.
Okay.
It's not really work when you love what you do. It's an old saying, but it's true for me. You know what I'm saying? It's the toughest job I ever want to have.
Yeah.
Put it to you that way. It's the toughest job I ever want to have. I don't want a job any tougher than this.
Okay.
And hopefully with the new movie coming out and the new shorts coming out, by the way, you can catch the show on HBO Max. I don't know if you have HBO Max at home.
I do. I'll make sure I catch this. I promise you. Yeah, I got it.
But I think they got some on Hulu as well. Or maybe even Amazon Prime. I'm not sure. These streaming services. But HBO Max is the main one.
All right.
That's really what brought us back for the movie and the show. For the movie and the Aquadunk shorts. HBO Max, I guess they reached out to Adult Swim and they came to an agreement, a partnership. But first I was thinking, did Adult Swim sell Aqua Teen to HBO Max?
Yeah.
No, they didn't sell it. They didn't sell it. Adult Swim still owns the rights to the show and the characters.
Yeah.
And I know you've seen these Funko Pops.
Oh yeah.
Come out, right?
Yeah.
They have one for a buddy of mine. You might know him, George Lowe, the voice of Space Ghost.
I think
Space Ghost Coast to Coast. He's got a Funko Pop, a Space Ghost.
Awesome.
Funko Pop. They've got one based on that Mantis character, Zorak. He used to be on Space Ghost Coast to Coast and the Brack Show. That's my late great friend Clay Croker. Who there's two characters in Aqua Teen he used to play. At every intro, Dr. Weird and Steve. That was his voice. He actually was a hell of an artist too. He died in 2016.
Oh my goodness.
He was a hell of an artist too. He designed my character, Frylock, and Meatwad, the meatball character. He designed those characters. And he was a good friend of mine. And his passing was pretty sad, pretty sudden too. Unexpected. But yeah. Lost my train of thought. I was on the track and my brain jumped the track.
Oh, that happens,
I don't know what happened after that. But as far as what inspires me, like I said before, it's just something I grew up on those Bugs Bunny cartoons, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Warner Brothers, Looney Tunes. Then I found out that one guy was doing all these voices, Mel Blanc. And he didn't get the job right away. I don't know if you know the history of his life, but he was knocking on the Warner Brothers door for like almost 3 years. He kept the door. He just kept slamming the door in his face. You guys need any voice talent? No, slam. Need any voice talent? No, slam. Finally, the guy who kept slamming the door in his face finally died.
Okay.
And then his dude that took his place said, "Come on in, kid. Let's see what you got." I don't know how they talked in the 30s, but it's probably was something like that. Come on in, son. Let's see what you got. You got moxie, you got style, you got chutzpah. We're gonna record your voice. So, and Bugs Bunny was not the first character that Mel Blanc did. The first character he did, well, the first thing he ever did for them was like a drunken toreador or a drunken bull or something like that. But the first character he did that we all still know and love is Porky Pig.
Oh yeah.
That's all, folks. that was the first one he ever did. And he actually literally went to a pig farm and rolled around in the mud with the pigs to get the vocalization. I guess he found a stuttering pig.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how Porky got born.
Wow.
Then when they finally came up with Bugs, I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure he wasn't the first guy to voice Bugs Bunny either. Because if you look at some of the old shorts, you can tell that's not his voice.
Yeah.
Some of the older ones where Elmer's fat or it's Egghead and not Elmer. Egghead eventually becomes Elmer, and then Elmer starts off fat, then he loses some weight, I guess. But yeah, man, that was one of my idols growing up.
That's wonderful.
And I was like, man, if this guy can do that, maybe I can do that too.
Yeah.
So, and when my voice finally changed, you hear all these people going, man, you got a great voice. Man, you got a great voice. I said, hey, maybe I do. Got a great voice. So maybe I will try this voiceover thing. And even when I was doing plays here, man, I did a musical version of South Pacific with Robert Goulet and Paige O'Hara. Paige O'Hara was the voice of Belle, Beauty and the Beast, the 97 Disney cartoon. Yeah. She was Belle, the original Belle. She was quite taken with my voice. She told me to send her a demo.
Oh, really?
At the time, all I had was a cassette. It was very bad. The first demo I ever made. It was horrible. I knew it was stunk, but I sent it anyway. I never heard nothing back, but that didn't stop me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That didn't stop me. It's just like with anything, man, you got to keep plugging until something hits. Exactly. My wife has started to has signed up with the People Store with me now. Okay. She gets more auditions sent to her than I get.
Oh, wow.
But that's probably because she's not in SAG. She's not union. Oh. But she gets these auditions and she gets discouraged that she hasn't got any professional gigs yet. And I'm like, it'll come, baby. It'll come because she sounds good. She's got a good demo and a good voice. If she didn't, I'd have told her. You know what I'm saying? I'd have told her gently, you know, lovingly, look, baby, you ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? I would have told her. She ain't got it. She ain't got it. Just like anything else, rapping, acting. Yeah. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Try something else. But everybody has some type of talent.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I'll do that.
Just got to tap into it and develop it and nurture it and bring it forth. And yeah, man, that's what motivates me, man. I love doing the thing. I love getting into the booth, getting behind that microphone. And that's the difference between doing live acting, like on film, emoting with your face. But if you're doing voiceover, you got to emote with nothing but your voice. You got to make them feel a joke. You got to make them feel a tear. You got to make them feel the emotion, anger, whatever you're doing. You got to convey that through only your voice. And so I like to think I've been able to do that for the most part. You know?
I definitely, that's wonderful, you know, because like I said, I mean, because that's true. In order to be somebody, you got to start somewhere, right? Whether it's school, you know, college, you know, you got to start somewhere and nurture your talent, treasure it, love it, and bring it forth, you know. Don't let nobody stop you. I couldn't say that. No. Yeah. That's why I'm a student. I'm trying to get my bachelor's degree so I can make some more money and get ahead like you know. It's all about education and going.
Well, I don't know if I'm ahead. I might be in the race, but I might be way back in the back of the line. But I'm still in the race.
You are. Did you finish college? You had a bachelor's degree?
Yeah, I finished college. I got a BS in fine arts.
Oh, that's wonderful because that means you are ahead because you're ahead of me now. So I'm trying to get my bachelor's.
Yeah, I graduated.
That's good.
I got my diploma.
Yeah.
Somewhere I might have lost it. all the moves I made since coming here. I was actually talked into moving to Atlanta by a good friend of mine.
Oh.
Mr. Brett Maxwell. He's still here with his family too. Well, he talked me into it. He was like, man, you got to get down here to Atlanta, man. It's great. They got all this theater stuff that you like to do and got all this kind of stuff. And Atlanta was on and popping in the 90s, you know. So they call it the Black Mecca. Then all these black folks moving to Atlanta. And I was like, well, beat sitting around in St. Louis waiting on something to happen. So I packed my bags and left St. Louis. Came down here and been here ever since.
Well, I hear you. See, that's how you do it. See, you just follow your heart, and hopefully things will come to you. That's how that's
Yeah.
how. Yeah, I hear you.
Well, it's like try to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Try to treat people like you want to be treated. It sounds corny, but my mother used to tell me that literally. She used to tell me, son, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
You'll be all right in this life. I try to.
Mm-hmm.
I try to do that.
That's
I want to be treated really nice.
Yeah.
So I try to treat people like I want to be treated.
Absolutely.
Really nice.
And that's wonderful. My mom was the same way. She said, always treat people how you want to treat and that's what I do, So I try and give us same respect I give you, So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and if you do hear of anything Boston way, send me a link.
Oh, you bet. You bet.
Send me a link if you do hear anything about any cons or anything of that nature.
You better.
Since you're not that familiar with my show, you might not know about the Boston incident back in 2007. Did you hear? You probably were in the city and probably heard something about it on the news.
I'm
sorry. They thought
it
was a bomb scare. And it was these little light bright things that they put on the overpasses of the highway. It was the Moonanites flipping off traffic, the little pixelated characters from Aqua Teen.
Yeah.
And somebody saw it somewhere and was like, oh my God, it's a terrorist attack. It's like this is 2006 or 7. So, people still got 9/11 fresh in their minds. So they called 911, call Homeland Security, call the bomb squad, tell them to come down here and defuse this bomb. Of course, when the bomb squad got there, they was all over CNN and everything. They shut down the whole city. And when the bomb squad got there, they were like, it's clearly a toy. We got to blow it up anyway.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. And we actually made an episode called the Boston episode, making fun of that whole scenario.
Yeah.
So those women ended up paying your city about $2.some-odd million as a result of that marketing faux pas. So I say P.T. Barnum is quoted as saying, no publicity is bad publicity. I say BS, P.T. Barnum, BS, because that was bad publicity. We didn't come out too good on that one. And not only that, but they paid y'all $2.some-odd million.
Yeah. Well, that's some good money.
Oh, excuse me. Like they could have gave the cast a raise with some of that money. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then we end up getting killed at the box office by Disturbia.
Oh, yeah.
LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf did that movie, that remake of Rear Window or whatever it was.
Yeah, Disturbia
came out the same time ours came out. Ours was a limited release, though. Maybe in a handful of theaters across the nation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not too many people saw it.
Oh.
And to be honest with you, the new movie is going to be 10, 20, 100 times funnier.
I can't wait to see it.
I don't know if you saw the original Aqua Teen movie. You're not that familiar with the show. So you might want to watch the first movie before you see the new movie. Yeah. It's called Aqua Teen Hunger Force, /film for theaters. You can download it probably or find a DVD copy of it.
Oh, you can see it.
On Amazon or Wish or some such thing.
Oh, yeah. YouTube, Oh, yeah. I'll definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's copies of it floating around everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
That was 2007. So it's a pretty old movie. But this new one is going to be way funnier because it's heavily Frylock driven. My characters got a lot to do and a lot to deal with. Yeah. So it's going to be fun. Yeah. You need to check the show out, though.
I promise you I will. I promise you.
Watch the show.
You will.
And let me know what you think.
I promise you I will. I'll watch it tonight. I promise.
Yeah, you can catch episodes on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
You can catch episodes of the show on YouTube. You can catch pretty much almost anything Aqua Teen on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You sure can. Everything's on YouTube, so that's no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
any other questions you got?
Oh, yeah, I got a couple questions. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So what is it like to be famous? Because to have the fame, what's it like, is all it can be?
What is it like to be famous? This is what I tell people. Frylock's famous, the character that I do. I'm infamous.
Oh, really?
I'm infamous. Just ask Atlanta PD. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I don't consider myself really famous.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, no. Not when you look at what they call A-listers and B-listers and C-listers. I'm more of a Z-lister. I'm more towards the bottom of the rung of the ladder. You know what I'm saying? There are certain celebrities that I've met that love my show. That love my character. And I had no idea. You know, I kind of suspect that certain people watch my show, but I didn't know for sure until I met a couple of people at a couple of these conventions that I've been doing. It's like, oh yeah, I love that show, man. I was like, okay, cool. You hired me? So, you know, like Weird Al Yankovic, he heard of the show. He heard of Frylock. I took a selfie with him when I was at the show in Denver. What's his name? The guy who does he does a Red Skull now in the Marvel movies. Not the one in the Matrix, not him. He quit after the first Captain America. He's the guy that took over for him. I can't remember his name right now. Ross Marquand, I think that's his name.
Okay.
Yeah, Ross Marquand. He now he's famous. Ross Marquand is famous.
Okay.
Carey Means not as much so. But he's a huge fan of Aqua Teen.
Okay.
And I met him at a Crypticon in Minnesota a few months back. And we exchanged pictures and we took selfies and we shot a little video. I love it when I meet people like that who are higher up on that ladder, so to speak, to me, but are still cool enough to be a fan of my show. The girl from Cobra Kai, Nicole Brown, with the glasses, the sister with the glasses on there, she's a fan.
Okay.
She fangirled out on me. I was at a show in Tennessee. This little, I guess it was like used to be a mall or something. You know, the venues that people come up with are very interesting. And she fangirled out on me. It's like, oh, somebody came over to my table, was like, Nicole Brown wants to meet you so bad, bro. She loves your show and she loves you and blah blah blah. I was like, okay. Yeah. So I haven't really been keeping up with her show that much. Cobra Kai. I don't know if you watched it or not. I saw her like first and second seasons when she was really prevalent, because she was the girl who got bullied and then she got tough, started kicking butt. But you know, yeah. So it's always refreshing to me to find that people who are among the upper echelon of the industry are fans of a little rinky-dink show like Aqua Teen Hunger Force and fans of Frylock. So as long as there's breath in my body, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Absolutely.
Somebody asked me, how long you gonna be doing commissions? I was like, until I can't do them no more. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I'll keep doing it till I die.
Yeah.
Same thing with voiceovers. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman's 95, 96 years old, something like that. He still does tons of voiceovers. Yeah. Because, you know, it's that Morgan Freeman voice. Morgan Freeman. That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what are your aspirations and goals? And what do you aspire to be? Dressed like a big-time executive producer.
Yeah. Well, I always make sure I dress and do interviews so I look professional. And basically, so basically, my aspiration is to be maybe be a producer, actor. People always say I look like Puff Daddy, P Diddy. So
you look like P Diddy.
Yeah,
that's what they tell you.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to, you know, I've written some songs. So you know, I like to act. I was in a movie when I was young called What's That Captain Martin Lawrence, and pick up the room with Kevin James. That's actual work. I'm a Boston casting, so I aspire to be an actor. Hopefully have my own podcast, go syndicated. Maybe be a singer. So much I want to do in my life, you know. So much I'm doing now. I also want to travel, see the world, you know. Finish college.
Right.
Yeah. So
right, man. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
You know.
And I think I'm doing good so far because I'm starting to get up there, you know. So I'm getting YouTube.
Oh, you're doing good.
Yeah.
You're doing good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. I mean, when you contacted me, a whole bunch of people contacted me about doing this type of stuff. That's why there's a fee.
Yeah.
And some people don't want to pay, and I'm like, fine. Go ask one of those professional wrestlers, and the first thing that come out their mouth is how much. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I just say that because I get so many requests to do these, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to start charging. Hell, if you look me up on Cameo, which I am on, or Memo, that's about $40 for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If you can pay $40 for a 30-second shout out video,
Mm-hmm.
then you can pay $40 to talk to me for an hour.
Yeah, I'm glad because I get to work.
I think you're coming out on top.
Yeah,
Ask me.
thank you. Well, I appreciate that. Okay, Dick, I appreciate that. That's a blessing, because I think.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man, because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect to hear from. Like I said, when you contact me, a whole bunch of other people contact me too about the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I didn't hear nothing back from them.
Mm-hmm.
You're about the only one out of like maybe 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I get them all the time. You either follow through or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's like what I tell people when I do these conventions. I say I have an appearance fee, and then I want per diem, which is spending money per day, and of course hotel accommodations, and maybe even gas money for my buddy Eddie if he drives, or flight for me if he doesn't. And I'm pretty simple.
Yeah.
You know, we can either get with that or don't book me. You know what I'm saying? But I love doing conventions and shows and stuff because I love meeting the fans in person. So that's fun for me.
That's a blessing, because I love having you on my show, because because I'm trying to, promote gear for myself, and that's what about, so, trying to help each other, Yeah. So what's left to do when you're not working? What do you like to do for fun and travel when you're not working?
Oh man. I'm always working. That's the thing.
No vacation? No vacation time?
I play PS4 video games sometimes.
Yeah.
Like video games and watch movies. Now that a lot of these movies are coming out streaming. Now, like when the Matrix movie came out on HBO Max, I still need to finish watching that. But I'm mostly trying to catch up on my commissions. The commission pieces that I draw for people.
Yeah.
I'm way behind on those because I was actually really sick a few weeks back.
Oh, really?
And I was at a con and I was sick as a dog. I was at this con up near Boston. Me and my buddy Eddie traveled up there. And I might have had the COVID, man. I'm pretty sure I probably did. But I tried to keep my distance. I didn't even go out and party Saturday night with the crew. I stayed in the hotel room. I said, bring me some cough medicine, bring me some Theraflu or something, and a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? I took the medicine, didn't eat the sandwich. That's how sick I was. I knew I was sick. I didn't eat the damn sandwich.
I know what you mean.
Well, me and my wife have been 3 times vaccinated. We got the 2 shots and the booster. A couple of weeks ago, we got the booster. So we're trying to keep it down. My father-in-law, her father, he was supposed to go into the VA to have a procedure done on his heart, get a heart valve replaced or something. And he tested positive for COVID. So we had to push that back to February, I think now. So that's what made me and my wife go into quarantine, because we're always around him. We go shoot pool with him twice a week. We go grocery shopping with him. We're breathing the same air in the same car. So we figured we quarantine, especially before I went to this last show that I went to with Dana Snyder and myself and George Lowe. They had all 3 of us at the show in Central Florida Comic Con a couple of weeks ago. That was fun.
Nice and warm down there, yeah?
Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was actually really cool. It was really cold.
Oh, really?
Florida. Yeah, you remember a couple of weeks ago when they were talking, y'all had some snowstorms and stuff up that way?
Yeah.
Y'all still having them, ain't you?
Yeah.
Boston?
Yeah, that's trying to move to Florida.
A couple of weeks ago, though, they was getting them all over the country.
Wow.
Getting them in Atlanta. And we didn't get any snow in Florida, but we got some rain.
Okay.
While we were there at the show. And my buddy Eddie Price was with me. So we had a blast there, man. It was about 2 weeks ago. It was fun.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to the next convention I do, which, like I said, is Con-Nuga. It'll be in Chattanooga. I think the weekend of the 17th of February.
Okay.
So
that's
plugging again.
Absolutely.
More plugging.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, I wish I was in Florida, California right now, because I hate the cold weather. So I'm trying, to finish college, get out there, because I can't do this cold weather. So if I can get maybe move to California and Florida, I'll be happy, because I hate the snow. So that's why.
You hate the snow?
Yeah, that's why. That's why
I'm not too fond of it either.
Yeah.
And I was born in December.
Yeah.
And I'm from St. Louis, so I know how those winters are.
Yeah.
In a city like St. Louis, so I'm not too mad about Georgia. I mean, it can get cold here. Like right now, it's like averaging. It's in the 50s today, which is actually pretty warm since it's winter, but we've been getting like 20s and 30s at night.
Yeah.
30-degree weather and stuff like that. That's cold enough.
Yeah.
For me. Where you at, it's probably minus something.
Oh yeah, and I can't.
You know what I'm saying? It's that minus below.
Yeah.
Ice and snow.
Yeah.
That's what I don't miss about St. Louis. I do miss my family. I got a lot of brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews and cousins that still live there.
Okay.
So, you know, I go back to visit, but I don't want to be like living there no more. No.
I hear you. I didn't want to live in Boston. I want to. Like I said, you know, I'm trying to get out of Boston. So you know, yeah. Trust me, you don't.
I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why this is.
I know we're right after that. Advertising faux pas, that marketing display that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
My agent tells me something about a con in Boston. And I was like, con in Boston? What, they trying to set me up for a lynching? They trying to get me?
Yeah.
They can't be too happy with me right now in Boston after all that. So I'm like, you got to be lying. You got to be BSing me. That never happened, though. It never happened. I think somebody might have been pulling her agent leg or something, telling her that they wanted me to con in Boston. But I go to Boston now. I don't think y'all too mad at me, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. I wasn't the marketing director who came with this great idea to hire these two guys to. I don't know if you saw the press conference they did. They were supposed to be answering questions about why they did what they did. Yeah. All they did was talk about hair care products. Because one of them had dreads, or they both had dreads, or something like that. Yeah, it was really weird. It was really surreal. But you know. Everybody ain't the same. Everybody definitely ain't raised the same. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm thankful for the way I was raised. I was raised by a mommy and a daddy.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Absolutely. In a house. Not the projects. In a house. Yeah. With 6 other siblings. So there was 7 of us growing up in one house. Okay. That was fun. That was really fun, especially when my father came home drunk. He was a Marine. You know, being raised by a Marine, the only thing wilder than being raised by a Marine was being raised by a Marine's wife, which was my mother. So she kept him in line. So you can imagine how tough she was. Okay. Maybe not even 5'2". Maybe not even that tall, my mom. But she kept him in check. Yeah. Well, but that's another story. Real quick, maybe one more question and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, one more question. Okay, let's see. Would you ever? Okay, my question is if you went into acting, or what would you probably be doing if you went into acting? What would you probably be doing? I'd probably be more focused on my artwork. Okay, painting and drawing and maybe even sculpture. I was a pretty good sculpture student when I went to college. I was so good that I had half my sculptures stolen from me before my senior art exhibit. Yeah, somebody broke into the room where the kiln and all that stuff is, where you did the sculptures, and stole my work. Oh, really? Oh, so I could only put up, like, you know, you're supposed to put up 2 pieces of everything. You're supposed to at least have 2 pieces on your senior art exhibit. And I barely had enough to put up there. My senior art exhibit, man, because that sculpture was fun to me. Especially when they had us do our own face. Yeah. You know, the problem was when I did my face, they put the cotton balls up your nose, and they put the straws up your nose so you can breathe. One of my straws got jammed, so I'm kind of making a face like this, kind of making this weird face. And I made myself into a pharaoh because I'm part of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. That's one of our symbols. It's a pharaoh. So I made myself into a pharaoh, but I got this weird look on my face, you know. But I kept that sculpture till I came to Atlanta. Yeah, I lost it when I was supposed to be moving back home, but that's another story. You don't want to hear all that. But I would probably be more focused on my artwork. Well, that's fun because I see you're very talented. You know, I mean, you're artist. Yeah. I had an idea for a couple of comic book titles that I was gonna do on my own, and that kind of fell through. Marvel told me no. I sent Marvel a poster board. You know, they say send poster board. Yeah. Black and white of something, and we'll decide. So I sent them a poster board of Spider-Man and Venom. Yeah. They sent me a nice rejection letter. So I sent them 2 more poster boards. Okay. X-Men and the Avengers. Didn't get a letter back after that. But okay. You know, yeah, I would be more focused on my artwork if I
Well,
wasn't into acting and VO stuff. But
well,
I am, and I'm still focused on my artwork because, like I said, I got a lot of commissions I need to catch up on.
yeah. Well, like I said, you're definitely doing your thing. You know, I mean, you're a wonderful actor. I mean, you're gifted. I mean, I want to be just
Well,
like.
thank you.
I want.
Thank you very much.
Again, thank you. I inspired to be just like you. You know, that's why I'm trying.
Well.
You know, because I'm trying. That's why I'm going to try and go to college, trying to get my progress out there, and you know, be as much as I can get help. You know, because this is what I want to do. So yeah, so we can definitely stay in touch with how each other. You know, because I think and especially go to cold weather because I can't stay in this cold weather. So I want to try.
You want to get to a warmer climate.
Yeah, because
climate. What are you thinking? Bahamas?
I wish
Hawaii.
I'm thinking Hawaii, Bahamas.
Hawaii, the Bahamas.
Anywhere warm.
St. Simon's Island.
Oh my goodness.
Place tropical.
Yeah.
Only problem with that is hurricanes.
Oh, I don't mind.
Only problem with that. But you can deal with that, huh?
I can deal with hurricanes, you know. I guess I just can't deal with snow, you know.
Yeah, well, good luck to you, man.
Thank you. And
I hope you make it to a warmer climate.
Me
if
too.
Nothing else, you can move to Georgia.
Yeah. my cousin actually is good, so I'll come out. So maybe I can visit. I can visit you sometime, you know. If I'm in Georgia.
Well, if you come to Georgia, hit me up. Maybe we'll go shoot some pool or something.
Oh, that's a blessing. If you come to Boston, you're welcome to come out my mom's for dinner. Can meet my family, okay?
Oh yeah. Now you got my attention. You're talking about some dinner.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so in Boston, please come by my house to dinner, okay?
Sweet.
You're always welcome in my home.
All right, man. Well, I guess we can wrap this up now. It's been about an hour.
Okay, well, God bless you. It's good to meet you, and thanks for spending time on my show. I respect you, and I'll watch movies, and I'll be in touch, okay? And
yeah, do that.
And stay safe, okay? It's a blessing to talk to you, and I appreciate
you.
God bless you, man. And stay safe.
Same to you, man.
Stay
safe out there.
You too. Stay come on the show. I appreciate it.
Peace, love, and fry grease.
Oh, yeah, peace. God bless. Thank you.
All right.